Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on today's video tutorial I have a super fun, super cute, really easy craft project. We're going to make stuffies for the front door, and stuffies are just canvas, duck canvas. Mine is from Walmart. Some stuffing, some acrylic paint, a stencil, maybe some beads on the hanger. This is where we're ultimately going, and we will finish this off, and you're gonna just absolutely die how cute it is. But let's start at the very beginning. So as you are hopping on, say hello. I would love to know that I'm not just in my craft room talking to myself, but there's actually people watching. Feel free to sprinkle if you like this project or it makes you happy, the whole idea of making stuffies for the front door. Feel free to ask questions, and at the very end I'll get you the links for the things that we're going to be using. Okay, so like I said before, the main component of this craft project is canvas duck fabric. It's like a thick canvas. It's sort of an oatmeal-y color. I get mine at Walmart. It's on the bolt. I don't have SKU numbers or anything like that. So about every 2 or 3 months I go in and I buy 3 or 4 yards. It's under $6 a yard, and you can just do so much with this. Okay, so that's what I started with, and then we're gonna make our little stuffies in the shape of hearts. And I know if you guys are crafty, you know how to cut out a heart, but in case you don't, I just wanted to show you. Okay, so I will fold my canvas in half, and then I will sketch with the pencil the shape of a heart. They're all different. Some people's hearts are really wide and short. Some people's hearts are really narrow with a deep V. It's just completely up to you. But I'm going to just show you on this piece of computer paper how I would draw a heart. So, and I like to fold things in half because then when you cut it out, it's going to be symmetrical. So, I know I'll probably get this question about 10 times at least. Do I have a pattern? No, I don't. But it's such a simple shape that I know that you guys can do your own. So this is sort of a middle of the road kind of a heart. And then you can make it as big or as small as you want. I actually am just sketching on the shape of a heart on a piece of folded canvas and then cutting it out. Okay, so here's an example. And you guys, you know, if you've been watching DiyDreaming, that I always like to make things like one step shorter. So this is 2 thicknesses of canvas fabric pinned together. You can see how I've sketched with the pencil the shape of a heart. I am going to be covered in strings for days. And so I'm just going to finish cutting this out so I can show you. Each one of the hearts that I've made are different. They're different sizes, they're different shapes, okay? And basically what I have here are 2 hearts, okay? The front and the back, and you might as well cut them both at the same time. All right, I'm gonna set this aside so I can use it later. All right, so I have some, and to show you how to do this project, we're doing it on little pieces. I have pretty much every step along the way ready to go to show you, but the final product will be the big ones that you can put on your front door. Okay, so right here I have 2, a front and a back, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the back and set it off to the side. And then I'm using painter's tape. It could be the blue tape, it could be masking tape, it could be frog tape, whatever you have handy. And you certainly don't have to do this if you don't want, but I like to have stripes. I think stripes are fun. So, and I've experimented with putting them in different places. Wow, I see people from Utah, from Wyoming. I saw someone from Idaho earlier. Tell me where you're watching from. Okay, so I'm just thinking. I'm working right now on this silicone mat that was given to me by one of my followers. She sent it to me. And these are nice because they clean right up. And I have been told that you can order these on QVC. I've also seen these silicone mats. One side has the ruler thing on it. I've also seen them on Amazon. So if you're wondering what this is, that's what that is. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 pieces of painter's tape. You can do whatever design you want or no design at all. It's your choice. So let's put one more on here. And I'm actually taping it down to the silicone mat. Okay, and then I'm just pressing the sides down really good. And for this one, we're going to use some of this paint that I used all winter long for like a ton of different Christmas projects. It's Waverly brand. The color is called Crimson. It says chalk, but it's acrylic paint with a matte finish, and I get this at Walmart. The other project that I'm going to show you in a little bit, I did with apple barrel acrylic paint. So you can use just whatever kind of paint you want for this step. Don't use paint on your stencils though, because paint dries fast and it can ruin your stencils in a hurry. And you obviously don't want to do that. Okay, and I'm just using a cruddy Dollar Tree brush, and we're going to paint the canvas, whatever color, whatever combination of colors you want, whatever you want. For Valentine's Day, you could do fuchsia, red, pink, purple. I mean, honestly, you can do absolutely white with red or pink accents. You could do whatever you want. So the paint for this step does not have to be anything fancy, but don't use this. Don't use paint of any kind on your stencils. You want to be always using either chalk paste or ink. And I was talking to a friend earlier today about the common misconception that people have that chalk paint is the same thing as chalk paste, and it's not. They're 2 completely different things. Chalk paint is paint that has chalk in it. Chalk paste is like it's like the chalk that your teacher used on the bulletin board, or on the blackboard, or whatever you call that, the blackboard. It's not permanent, and it's just in a paste form and colored. Okay, so it's different. All right, I'm just getting some of this red off my fingers. Okay, so this is what we have. And basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull off the tape, toss it, try not to get it all over. This is going to be cute. So here's our heart. Okay, this will take about an hour to dry. And you can speed that up a little bit if you want, using either a heat gun or a blow dryer. Okay, I'm going to show you how easy these are to clean up. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's glue strings or acrylic paint, it just comes right off. And I'm just using a antibacterial wipe, nothing fancy. Try to get it off my fingers so I don't get it on anything else. And that's it. Okay, let's move on to the next step, which is really fun. So, before I came live, I did this one. I painted it. This is just one coat of that same red crimson paint on this canvas duck fabric with the stripes made with my yellow frog tape, but you can use blue tape, masking tape, whatever you have. I let it dry, and then this is important. I want to tell you this next step. Because it's going to go outside, and just to make sure that you get a good stencil impression, I recommend that you spray it. I took it outside on a box, and I sprayed one coat of this Rust-Oleum clear matte sealer spray. You can use any brand. And you guys, I apologize that my screen is backwards, but Facebook has some kind of weird glitch right now that won't let me flip. So if I could, I would. So I'll just read everything to you. This is Rust-Oleum, American Accents brand, 2x ultra clear, matte clear from Walmart in the paint section. And it's around $4 a can. And it lasts forever, and I use it for all kinds of different things. This is a silicone mat. I see someone asking, and you can order these on Amazon. I've also heard that you can order them on QVC. You might be able to get one on Etsy. Okay, so here's the front of this, and here's the back. And I want to point something out to you that I think you'll find interesting. These both started out the same size, but when you paint them, they shrink a little bit. They get smaller. So that's no problem. After I glue this together, I'll just trim the back so it matches the front. Okay, so there's so many different adorable stencils that we could use from magnoliadiy.com. This cute one says, live, love, laugh. This one says, love you more. This one says, wild about you. These are just a few. This one, I've been singing this song for 2 days, and I wish I could stop. I love you, a bushel and a peck, and a hug around the neck. That would be super cute too. And then, if you're making any of the smaller ones, you could use some of the Valentine's Day minis. These are great. But what we're going to use is this one. This is so cute. I got this last year. These stencils from magnoliadiy.com are reusable many, 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 many times. They're adhesive. They're so nice to work with. You just wash them in cool water and let them air dry. So first thing, I always label the back of the carrier sheet, so I know which side to put it back on, because that's important. And I'm not going to fuzz this because it's going on fabric, but also because I've used it a lot. And obviously I used it on something that had a lot of glitter on it, because I've kind of got some glitter stuck in it, but that's okay. So I'm just going to kind of decide my placement. This stencil is not exactly centered, so that makes it kind of hard to decide where to put it. And then I'm just pressing it down firm. Okay, now here I want to tell you something, but I don't want to confuse anyone. Okay, this is fabric, And 99% of the time when I am working on fabric, I use ink. Because ink is designed for fabric and for ceramics. And that's what we're going to use today. But if you don't have ink, and you're eager to do this project and you do have chalk paste, you could use chalk paste as well. You just want to make sure that you spray it thoroughly when you're done. Okay. And this is going to go outside, but it's going to be covered. It's not going to actually get rained on or anything like that. Okay, I need a little stir stick, and I'm just going to put a couple of blobs of ink on here. Oh my gosh, you guys, hey, I wanted to mention, you know I don't do stencil projects every single day, and yesterday, oh my gosh, we did this. Did you see it? I'm not quite finished, but I've been working on it. These are forsythia branches that are made with yellow tissue paper and sticks from the yard and a little hot glue. So if you didn't see that, you can look back in my videos and watch that. Earlier in the week, I also showed how to make cherry blossoms. Okay, so I put my ink, this is ink, on here. Oh, and by the way, no, I'm not going to heat set this because it has acrylic paint on it. That's a good question. I painted it, let it dry, and I sprayed it. Now we're stenciling it with ink, and I will spray it one more time when it's all finished. Okay, so I'm just going to press my ink through the holes on my stencil. And I hear from so many of you guys that you think stenciling looks scary, or that you're kind of afraid of it. And I just want to tell you, it's not scary. It's fun. It's like instant gratification. And the thing I love about stencils, I'm kind of frugal in general, but the thing I love about stencils is that they're reusable. So I bought this stencil last year before Valentine's Day. I used it a bunch last year. I just pulled it back out this year. I'll use it this year a bunch. Then I'll put it away and I'll pull it out again next year and I'll use it next year. So they are reusable many, many, many times, and I just feel like they're a good investment in your crafting closet. Okay, I'm going to put this back into my little ink container, and I'm going to clean up my fingers one more time because I don't want to get this ink anywhere else. Hold this up and show you what it looks like. You do want to resist the urge to go over and over and over it, because when you do that, you can be pushing extra ink through the holes in the stencil and then it looks blurry. Okay, so I'm just going to pull it off, and it's adorable. Absolutely adorable. I love this stencil. It says XOXO y'all. And I'm just throwing it in my, I'll show you, in my cruddy tub of water face down so that it can be soaking until I can get into the kitchen to spray it in the kitchen sink and to lay it on the counter sticky side up to dry. Okay. So this is adorable. XOXO y'all. It's gonna be so cute. But I want to add one more layer of adorableness to it. And I haven't used these in a while, but these are like one of my favorite crafting basics. It's a set of 4 ink pens, the black ones are ink, and 4 chalk paste pens. Each, the ink and the chalk paste have a silver, a gold, a white, and a black. And these are great. I have done so many things with them. Like, this is a perfect example. This was a project from last year. I just like to do little dots and dashes, and here's another project that we did at Thanksgiving. You can see where I kind of outlined it. Yeah, so I think they add a ton to your project. Let me close my ink up. And, okay, and I'm just going to use a paper plate to basically prime my black ink pen, just by pushing down. These last forever, and they come with 2 sides. There's a chisel side and then a round side like this. I prefer the round side, but you can just pull it out and put it however you want it. And I'm going to just start by doing dot, 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 squiggle, dot, 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 squiggle. Can you guys see what I'm doing? It's technical. Dot, dot, dots and squiggles make everything adorable. Dot, 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 squiggle, dot, dot, dot. Outlining it a little bit darker. Dot, dot, dot. Okay, you get the idea here. I would go all the way around. Okay, and then I would let this dry. And then I would spray it with a clear matte sealer. And now I'm going to show you the next step. So I will come back and finish this all the way through later, but I didn't want you to have to wait forever for me to get to this final step. So before I came live, whoops, that's not what I wanted to pick up. Before I came live, I did this. Take my pins out. What do you think? Is that cute or what? Okay, so this is 3 colors of acrylic paint, Cracker Barrel, and I want to show you those. This one is called Pink Eraser. This one is called Pink Polish, and this one is called Fuchsia. They're like, I don't know, $1.20 or something at Walmart in the craft paint section. So I painted this with these 3 colors of craft paint. I'm not ever, I don't want anyone to be confused. I'm not ever going to use any of this kind of craft paint on the stencils, but it's perfectly okay to paint your canvas with it before you do your stencils. So this is what I have. After the paint was dry, I sprayed it, and then I stenciled it with ink, and then I did the dot, 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 squiggle, dot, 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 squiggle all the way around. And I took a piece of polished hemp, you can use any kind of jute you want, and just some wood beads, just whatever you have or like. And I made a hanger right here, and I just glued it on the front. Whatever design you like. So you can see, I just put a blob of glue and pushed my hanger into it. Okay, so the next step is going to be really fun. Is we're going to actually assemble this. And I meant to say, I forgot this, if these comments right here are bothering you, and I know they're right in the way of what I'm doing, you should be able to swipe them away either with your finger side to side or up or down, or if you're on a computer with your mouse or your cursor, and they should disappear. Okay. I can't make them disappear from my side. And I like to see your comments. Deb says it looks fantastic. Okay, Carolyn, I used ink for this project. I used an ink pen and I used ink on the stencil. Okay, so now we're going to glue. And oh my word, my glue gun looks terrible. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm using my handy dandy Cool Shot low temperature glue gun by Surebonder because I don't want to burn my fingers anymore. And it works just fine. You could sew this if you wanted as well. It's just up to you. And we're going to glue most of it. You can see the shrinkage, how much it shrank. I'll show you that when I get to that next step. But I'm going to leave the bottom of it open so we can stuff it. So we're going to put our glue on we're putting it on the painted side, so I know where to put it exactly. And then I'm just pressing the two pieces together. You could probably use another kind of glue if you want as well. Barbara, I'll get you the links as soon as I'm done. This XOXO stencil, y'all, is so adorable. And the thing is, you could use just the XOXO on a t-shirt. You could just use the word y'all. You can use it all together. You could just use these little polka dot hearts. It's so versatile and so adorable for Valentine's Day. Okay, so I've glued one side. Let's come back and work on this one. And I'm putting a pretty thick band of glue on here and then pressing it down. You only have Gorilla Glue. Try it, for sure. That might work just fine. I mostly work with hot glue because I have zero patience, and you get instant results when you work with hot glue. But I don't work with hot glue very much anymore because I've just had too many burns and they hurt. Okay, so let me see where we are. Tell me in the comments what you guys think about this project. Okay, so in the last year and a half, I've done a ton of stuffies using canvas that I've stenciled. This was a Christmas tree that I used the Victorian pattern and silver ink. This was a bunny that I used the canvas, polka dot stencil, and blue ink. And this was a flower. This part right here is stenciled on canvas, navy blue ink with the Victorian pattern stencil. We've made candy corn. We made Christmas ornaments. I'm trying to think. I mean, we've done a ton of different things. And I just love working with canvas. And it's super affordable. Okay, this is what the glue sticks look like, in case you're wondering. I know it's backwards. Facebook won't flip right now. There's some, I don't know, weird glitch. So I'll read it to you. It says Surebonder Clear Glue Stick, mini size. And I'm using the Cool Shot glue gun. Okay, let's see how much more we need to glue. Just a little bit more right here. Okay. So I have this open. This is where I'll stuff it. But, oh, and look at the shrink. Look how much it shrank from being painted. So don't be surprised. It's perfectly normal. And now I'm just, before I stuff it, it's easier to trim it. So the back is the same size as the front, roughly. It's easier to do that before you stuff it. That's what we're going to do here. And I can come back after it's stuffed and trim up anything that doesn't look good. This is going to look so cute on my front door. And careful that I don't cut the string that's holding the hanger on. My front porch is covered. So I tell you that because I don't think that this would hold up well at all to direct snow or rain. So I wouldn't put it hanging outside somewhere. This would be super cute in your house as well. And I have a lot of other Valentine's Day themed heart projects coming up. So I hope you like that. Okay, I'm sorry, this is boring, I know. I'm just gonna get this done and then we'll move on to the fun part of stuffing it. It's a little difficult to get a hold of. Okay, we're getting there. When I'm all finished here, I will, this afternoon or this evening, I'll finish up those other two. And I'll get pictures of those as well. So in this project, I probably have, I don't know, not even $1 worth of fabric. Maybe $1 worth of wood beads and twine. Probably not even $1 worth of acrylic paint to paint it. And then I used a stencil that's reusable and a teeny tiny bit of ink. So I bet you this project is $3 or $4 at the very most. Okay, we are gonna stuff our Stuffie. I'm using this Polyfill Crafters stuff from Walmart. It's around $6. If you don't want to use polyfill or you don't have it available in a bag, oh gosh, I have everything on me. You can and you have a pillow that you don't love anymore. You could take your pillow apart and use the stuffing from that. You could also use white plastic bags. I've done that before when I was desperate and I didn't have any stuffing. So there's a lot of different things that you could do. And I'm going to fill this and then we'll decide how full we want it. I like these to look just a little puffy and not like gigantically round. We could also do a messy bow or something on this. I think I will, and I'll put it on one of the corners. That'll be super cute. But for now, I just want to give you the basic idea. Okay, Linda says she watches other crafters that have been able to flip their cameras. It's not a problem with my device, Linda. I've made like, I don't know, 2,000 videos in the 3 years that I've had this page. It's just some weird glitch that my Facebook account has. So the second I can flip it, I will. But you guys can read. You know, if I tell you what something says, you can get the gist of it. You're smart. Okay. So I could stop right here. And then, you know, smush it around good so it's kind of even. But I think I'm going to add just a little bit more a little bit more fluff in here. And I will get pictures of everything and put those in the comments, and pictures are not backwards, so. Oh, thank you. Somebody says it's all the Facebook accounts and not me. Yeah, I learned how to flip my phone about a year ago. I'm not great with technology, but I'm that good. I know how to flip the phone when it's possible. Okay, I'm going to say that's fluffy enough. And we will just glue this puppy shut. And I can come back and trim, this to lay flat, and trim up the edges after. So you guys, I hope my sound in this video is a little better. I'm not using my microphone today, just to test it out. Okay, let's trim this. And then I'll show you. And hey, let me say this to you guys. If you end up doing a project like this, a stuffy for Valentine's Day, I want to see it. So, share pictures over in the group that I set up for all of us to be able to share our craft projects. And in case you don't know what that is, it's Dreamy DIY. And you can find it just by typing Dreamy DIY. There is a space in between those two words, Dreamy space DIY. Into your search bar here at Facebook. It'll pull up that group. You can ask to join, be sure to answer the questions. And then I would love to see what you have done there. So here is our adorable XOXO y'all Valentine's Day door hanger. What do you guys think? Oh, Lynn says I sound good today. Okay. You guys are so sweet. So I hope you liked this project and that it would be something that you think you would do for your own self. I'm going to dig out pictures of all the stuffy projects that I've done, and I'll drop them here in the comments. I'll probably also do a separate post so you can see some of the different things that are possible to do with just your basic canvas fabric, acrylic paint, a stencil, some ink, some stuffing, these awesome pins, and a little bit of clear matte sealer. And yeah, so feel free to sprinkle this if you liked it to your social media. Let me know if you want this stencil link, XOXO y'all, or the link to the page on my website that has all of the Valentine's Day stencils in one place. Or if you want a link to the pins, which I think every crafter needs these. They're awesome. Or if you want a link to the ink, let me know that too. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Oh, thank you, Chris, for the stars. I so appreciate that. Let's see what you guys were saying. Do with this or this. If you want to see the projects that I have coming up later this week, which I do have some fun things that are in progress. I'm going to work on finishing this tonight. I'm going to cut my branches a little bit shorter so it's not quite so tall. But if you missed us making these forsythia branches yesterday out of tissue paper, you should check out this video. It's here at DiyDreaming under the video tab. Super easy, and I think super adorable. Anyway, I think that's all I want to tell you for right now. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I might possibly pop back in here later because I want to tell you about something new for the month of January. All right, see you later.